Greeting interwebs, this is Jackie K, and welcome for another edition of Game & Chill. I'm still trying to get back in the swing of things, so I'm not going to be focusing this video around the usual updates and how things have been going. So instead, I decided to have a different theme for this video. Why do they have the Pokedex look different between Hissui or between the console and the mobile release? This would be so much easier to just show you all if it was the mobile release. Whatever. So, as some of you may know, they recently announced for Pokemon Home a feature where if you complete your Pokedex with either Pokemon marked from Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, or Legends Arceus, you get a legendary shiny in accordance to the game that you are playing. I'll probably just show a screenshot of my phone because this is so much more straightforward on Pokemon Home mobile rather than Pokemon Home console. Not sure why I don't just get straightforward yet. Point being, if you catch every Pokemon in Legends Arceus and transfer them to Pokemon Home, to complete your Pokedex with Hissui marked Pokemon, the Hissui marked part is important, you can get a shiny, how's it pronounced? Enamorus? The pink legendary genie that I'm sure some people think is a complete waste and ruins the whole trio's dynamic or something. And I'm thinking, like, you know what's cooler than a shiny legendary whose shiny has yet to be released properly? Being able to put the hundreds of hours that I've burned specifically into this game and have it actually mean something. So I'm going in with the intention of completing that Pokedex. I'm not sure if it'll happen in this video, but assuming it doesn't take too long, I'd like to do it that way. And the kicker is, you think you'd just be able to complete the Pokedex in Legends Arceus and have it be a thing, but no, not only do you have to transfer the Pokemon into Pokemon Home, so if you weren't doing this all along and like don't have the first state of a Pokemon, you have to go back and re-catch it. But it has to be specifically from this game, so like in my case, I may have Darkrai on this Pokedex, but that doesn't do me much good because I got that Darkrai from a different video game. And this game seemed to have a nice thing, by nice I mean that sarcastically, of locking certain Pokemon to having save file progress or save file data. And which I'm sure they did with the intent of you buying every single game. And guess who didn't buy Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl? This person with two thumbs that you can't see. The good news is that I have a workaround for that. We'll save that for when I get through the rest of the Pokedex. Point being, there's still a bunch of off-screen. I've pretty much transferred every Pokemon that I have in Legends Arceus over to Pokemon Home to fill out this deck as much as I can. And I don't think we can see it from here, but I have currently saved on here 232 out of 242 Pokemon. And I know that's only partly accurate because I know I am sitting on a Bronzor or Bronzong that should be in Home, but isn't because it's currently sitting on my team. So that means we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Pokemon to re-catch evolve, or one of the above. And I have to make sure that it's actually a Pokemon I natively caught in this game. And it isn't a freaking Porygon Z situation where I brought over a Porygon I got from a Wonder Trade and just evolved that up, not realizing that I would ever actually care about specifically having them all with Hissui marks for some arbitrary shiny that they introduce later on down the line. I sound more salty about all this than I am. I think this is a fun idea to, like, give me an excuse to play more of this game, because, you know me, I like playing Legends Arceus way past the point any normal person would. It's nice to actually have a theme for these videos for once. That's the point I'm trying to ultimately get at. At the same time, I'm still working towards my long-term goal of getting every shiny Hissui Pokemon, so we'll still take breaks for catching other stuff along the way. So... oh, I should probably turn this off so it doesn't come up on the mic. So, most notable things I see on this list that I don't already have are Duxtox, which I'm pretty sure I have at least one Cascoon that I can evolve up. So maybe that's not a huge priority, but if I catch one along the way, that's fine. Togetic. You know, I'm real surprised I don't have one of those. Let me check the pasture one more time. Now, there's definitely no shinies that I need in this area, but considering one of the things, and I'm not sure if there's any Pokemon I gotta catch here, but knowing that this, I'm pretty sure is the area where you evolve Nosepass in the Probopass, figure we might as well go here. There really is nothing here that I haven't already gotten, isn't there? Oh wait, Rowlett! I still need to get that shiny. I guess this isn't a complete bust after all. Yeah. Oh, and I need Snover. That's actually one of the ones I actually have to catch. I forgot you could get them here. I thought they were just tied to Tundra, because you know, snow and all that. There's merit to this massive outbreak after all. And as you might suspect, if I gotta evolve a Nosepass into a Probopass, I can't think of a better buddy to do that with than this one. Only catch is that I still have some field research to do for Nosepass, so that might be a little bit of reason for delay. But confession, the thing that we gotta do is use Iron Defense like 20 million times, so who knows if how much of that I'm actually going to show on screen. Or if I have the patience to actually go for all those Iron Defense before going screw it, I'm going to just evolve it and do this with a different Nosepass another time. The world may never know. So off screen for an undisclosed amount of time until my Nosepass fainted, I did a bunch of Iron Defenses. And yet it was not enough. Can I even evolve it here? I guess it can, yeah, it can be anywhere in the world. Even the parts that don't really feel like they should be magnetic. Oh well. Back to the objective that we were going on. Man, I can't believe I'm already recording 20 minutes and goes to show how long the loading times are for Pokemon Home. So we could be here for a bit because it's definitely, we definitely haven't been recording enough to make a video proper. Ah, here's where the Rowletts are. 1, 2, 3. You don't want to go in the Pokeball right away? Who's gonna do 10 more Iron Defenses and cut it all out? Fun fact, as I'm recording this, we're currently up to 194 recorded encounters with Rowlett, Duxtox, or Hisuian Decidueye in massive outbreaks, which means I'm about at 89% to odds. we'll see how well that pans out. What I'm getting at is, according to vibes, this should be the encounter where I finally get a shiny Rowlett. So I'm now at 92% to full odds of encounters. Well, on to pick up that Snover that for some reason I don't already have, and to put into Pokemon Home. I think it's the only Iceland Pokemon that I don't have either, so if we can at least get the idea of going to the Icelands out of the way, that'd be nice, I suppose. Okay, we're here. We only need one Snover, but since we went through all the trouble to get here, why not just clear out the whole outbreak and see if there's anything special lying in store for us. Crud, it saw me. Well, I guess I was looking for an excuse to get these last few ticks off the nose pass block. Like 5 more iron defenses. Guess I'll see y'all in a little bit. And that takes care of the iron defense thing. All I have to do now is evolve and get them to jump out iron cores. The latter being pretty much RNG. And I'll be done with that. Not that it matters because I already got a shiny freaking alpha of it. But still, for the novelty, a justice to pass me who once held a goal of getting a perfect research for every single one of these Pokemon before Legends ZA comes out. A goal that, despite the fact we still don't have a release date proper, becomes more and more unrealistic by the day. So we got the Snover that we need. Throw it right into this shiny box that I'm not using at the moment. And I guess there's a... may need a deposit of Pokemon anyways. Let's get this evolution out of the way. Step 1. Finally have a shiny alpha Probopass. Sadly not as cool. I kinda miss the brighter yellow. Oh, maybe it'll look better outside of this Pokeball. Yeah, a little better. I do like how much brighter the gold... It's definitely noticeable still, but I do like how much brighter the gold yellow is in the nose pass form. The fact that it's freaking huge that you could actually see the irises of its eyes is kind of neat, I suppose. Oh my, I'm actually feeling a little imposed just staring this thing down. Looks like you could just... Looks like I could look at it ugly and it'll turn me into a pancake, we'll just say. Right, I got this Porygon 2 out to just get the Porygon Z evolution out of the way. I've had so many evolution items because I haven't needed them for anything for a while. So I'll happily use up just a random Dubious disc that I have sitting on a random Porygon 2 in the box. It's not like I'm going to run into a wild Porygon Z in the game. I could, but I won't. I'm already kind of concerned about the quality of this video with how little I've actually spent talking throughout it. Alright, let's take a look see at what else I need. I still need to get a Duxtox. To get my evolution. Need to get Togetic. Knowing my luck, I probably have to catch another Togepi for that. There's a weird amount of coastland ones that I've definitely caught several hundred times, but I just never held on to one. Like Remoraid, Skorupi, Machoke, Tentacool. Yeah, like all the stuff I went through with Tentacool, I'm shocked they didn't have one of those sitting around. So it feels like it would just... I think you could even get a Togepi in Coastland, right? So like... I think one trip to Coastland could just do this, take care of this all together, because this idea doesn't seem to be as fun of a potential for commentary as I was expecting it to be. Maybe it's just because I'm recording it too late. There's no outbreak in the coastlands, but am I really gonna pass up the opportunity to do a shiny Sycther check, especially considering a normal outbreak has better odds than a massive outbreak? No. Besides, I feel like this video's really been lacking just a moment to chill and talk with you all anyways. Feels like I've been just jumping between objective to objective way more than usual. It's kinda nuts. I kinda wish I was doing a more casual gaming chill now, where I could spend more time talking with you all, because a lot of stuff has happened between the last time just in the little bit of time I spent with this game with you all. It's crazy how many shinies I got and the types that I found. Maybe I'll put a couple on screen if I get the opportunity. Can I... This is a crazy thought, but can I fight down a wild Sycther with a little bitty baby Togepi? It's a strong, high-level baby Togepi, so surely it's not that crazy of an ordeal. I just need to buy myself some time to figure out if there's any sort of moves I gotta do with it. Where are you, Togepi? There you go. It's like Draining Kiss, catching them all asleep. I was saying I could do that if I could have a couple more frames to make sure I actually had Draining Kiss on this Togepi. Sometimes you forget that bug types resist. Yeah, that's not what I want. Totally could do this, but need to have Draining Kiss on the Pokemon first. For one, I want to get out of the way that I am feeling better since the last game in Chill. It's been like probably a week or so since I felt like I was totally 100% together and could start working on rebuilding my video backlog and all that. So I forget exactly when it was this point, but some time ago I decided to have a little Legends Arceus shiny hunting session for myself, just to get as many as I could, or as a little bit of a celebration of playing the game again after a bit of a hiatus. Because I think at the time I don't recall playing the game since the last game in Chill. And during that session, I think I had the best luck that I've had in this game. It's debatable because the time that I got that shiny Nose Pass, along with the Hissui and Sneasel, in pretty much the same mass outbreak, it's still pretty high up there. But just in like the hour that I was playing this game on my own time, I caught 4 different shinies, and 2 of them weren't even from a mass outbreak. One of them was a freaking Burmy from a tree, of all things. It's kinda nuts how crazy my luck was. Oh, come on, Sycther. I just want to help your friend not be stuck, so let me fight you. That's the long story short of it. I feel like I'll have to remember to just show you all the shinies I got the next time we're at camp, because it'll be a lot easier to explain that way. As for everything else, it's been an interesting weekend. Saturday was kind of weird because I did have a nice walk in the morning, but I felt like I burnt the entire afternoon with game design shenanigans. It was actually quite a fright because I think it's the first time that I messed up programming so bad that I had to go to a backup file. I don't even know what I did wrong. I was following a tutorial, finished following the tutorial, and I was like, I can optimize this a little better. Let me just move different things together and combine them together a bit. And then everything just stopped working, where I would like open up the main menu and just like, nope, you can't touch anything. You can't press play, you can't go to options, you can't exit. You just screwed up entirely all the way. And even after what I thought was reverting undoing everything and going back to the way it was before things broke, it was still broken. So it's kind of lucky that I actually made up backup when I did, because I suppose if I had to, I would be able to figure it out eventually. The part of the reason why I spent frickin' 4.5 hours was because I was trying to not use the backup. I was trying to actually learn from my mistakes so I don't make them in the future by figuring out what the heck I did wrong, but no, that was just turning out to be a waste of time. So I spent another good chunk of time just going back to the old backup and redoing all my progress. It's not as bad as it sounds, because I felt like I could just copy and paste a lot of the code from the broken version to the new one, and the new one worked perfectly fine despite that. So we're good. I just felt incredibly frustrated at the time for how much time I burnt with how little I got out of that time spent. But technically everything I want to do with those menu tutorials is done. Like, technically I only got halfway through the last video, but I noticed the back half of it was pretty much the same thing as stuff that I already did back when I was working on the platformer tutorial in the first place. Yeah. I was gonna say, it's kind of nuts I haven't run into a shiny yet, but it's not that crazy. Like, the whole point of a shiny is that it's not supposed to come out every time you fight a Pokemon. If there wasn't some rarity to the shinies, then they wouldn't be special anymore. Even if it's way more common with the sort of methods that these more modern games have in store for all of us. So, I mean, the good news about the whole game dev mess-up story, though, is when I took some time away and went back to it, I did feel a lot better, because that was around the time that I actually finished up the mess. Plus, I was convinced I wouldn't be able to stream that evening, despite that originally being the plan, because it was well past 7 by the time I finished development and had dinner, and plus I was way too frustrated at the time to just jump right from dinner to a stream anyways. So initially I was going to record this gaming show instead, but then I got kind of depressed about the whole, well, I want to make this whole video about catching Hissui Pokemon for that home Pokedex, because someone was in the chill and just didn't buy Brilliant Diamond Pearl just to have one extra Pokemon in this game, that he can't get that one Pokemon and complete the dex. But because of that, I decided to end up streaming for just a little hour at like 9 in the evening, like several hours later than I normally stream. And it all worked out in the end, because I don't know if it was my best quality commentary, but I had a good time. And to some degree, that's what matters in the end. Huh. Where's the other ciphers? You know, I feel kind of dumb, because I'm so focused on just trying to tell you all that story that I definitely wasn't keeping count of how many ciphers I fought or knocked out. What's my best guesstimation? Give me a second. I think I'm gonna just like screw it and put in 10. So yeah, I guess I got everything I wanted to do this weekend in the end, even if it didn't work out exactly the way I thought it would. Because I technically did stream, and I did record a game and chill. You know, I was gonna say, let's just go to the coastland, even if there's no outbreaks to do there, because that's where the last of the Pokemon I need to get are. But what do you know, there just so happens to be a massive outbreak in the Cobalt Coastlands. That works to my favor. Now, before we get too caught up in the usual grind of doing as many of the outbreaks as we can before time runs out, let's take a look at what we still need to get. Because off the top of my head, I know we need a Togetic, which unless we get real lucky with the outbreaks, have to level up this Togepi until it gets enough friendship for that. And there's the other oddities like Machoke and... of course, the one time I really could use a Togepi Outbreak. Well, at least we can get Tentacool out of the way. That's definitely one of them. None of the Pokemon that I'm trying to shiny hunt, but there's more to this video than just shiny hunting this time around, so I can't complain. Still gotta get a Duxtox, but at this point I might just evolve a Cascoon for that. Togetic, Porygon Z, which is all ready to go. Remoraid, which nothing in this outbreak, but I could probably get one in the wild, no problem. Skorupi, surprised there's none of those on here. So, from what I see, get Tentacool, and not sure what else, really, because, like, as much as I could go for another shiny Chatot, that's actually one of the few things I actually got in the off-screen shenanigans. In fact, let me just pull up and show you all before I forget. So, yeah, here we go. First thing, I was just roaming around in Area 1 and just so happened to stumble upon a shiny Geodude, which I thought was a repeat, but no, it was a grappler I got before. And second thing I found, I think this one was in the Outbreak, was a freaking shiny Cleffa. That was pretty amazing. I should go to the summary so you can see the date, so I can confirm that they were all caught at the same time. Shame I can't show just how close by the hour they were, but you'll have to take my word on that one. After that, I think it was in the same Massive Ass Outbreak. I just checked out Chatots and found another shiny one. I think this is my second, it could be the third, it's been a little bit, so I don't remember for sure. And just randomly checking in the trees, I had a feeling it happened eventually, but it didn't sync in that same session. The shiny Burmy. You can tell because there's a little sparkle icon next to the male icon. And I wish show off the sparkles of sending out his Pokeball, but I feel like we're getting a little sidetracked. Speaking of which, look, their satchel's just laying right out in the open to collect. It's almost like I'm the only person to collect them for people because I'm the only person that still plays this game or something. It's a good thing I haven't lost any satchels, otherwise they would never be found. Yeah, it's a good thing I don't have any satchels that are just been stuck in limbo for months if not years, forever and for always. Alright, all I gotta do is catch one Tentacool, and all will be good. And that being said, it feels kind of pointless not to just clear out the outbreak, because what else am I gonna do here? It might actually be been easier to come here when there wasn't a mass outbreak, so some of the normal encounters would still pop up. Well, at least this gives me a chance to grind out the few absorb tasks I still have yet to do. Guess I'll see you for when that's done. Not as many absorbs as I was expecting to get out of all this, but hey. Progress is progress. And even though it's not for our main video goal, I do still have to evolve a couple Badoos for the overall Pokedex completion. That's totally not going to happen before ZA comes out. I have no idea why that Tentacool decided to spare me, but I will not complain. Oh, come on. You totally didn't see me. So we're gonna pretend that you didn't see me and I caught you without engaging in combat. Oh, hi! Well, you have a friend. So I didn't really finish my weekend story stuff. Like, that basically covered Saturday, because I essentially went to bed as soon as I, like, clipped the VOD from the stream. Sunday was pretty nice too, though. Initially I was going to go out for a quick walk, but then I realized I was low on gas on the car. How did you do over half my health when I'm, like, 30 levels higher than you? And don't go, oh! It's a freaking baby Pokemon, of course it can't take a hit. Screw that noise, this Bidoo's got me for some things. If it would ever have the high levels curve to be able to withstand stuff that it shouldn't, it should be right now. Anyways, a slight change of plans made me have a little bit more of an outing. Not really a full outing, but more than just going to a park and walking for an hour. And I think it was worth it. I was kind of looking forward to going to this one park, but because I had to fill up on gas, I went to a different park that's a little closer to the gas station. And I say it worked out to my favor because, like, this is the park that has the mountainside that I sometimes show off in Pokemon Go photos, and we recently got a nice sleet of snow, so a lot of that landscape is still covered with it, and it's just freaking gorgeous. If I'm feeling ambitious enough with editing, no promises because I feel like this video is going to have a lot of editing going into it as is, then maybe I'll show up a few photos of it. Otherwise, I'll try to remember to share them on social media before this video comes out, and I'll just tell you all to go to my Blue Sky or see them on TikTok and maybe link them in the description or something. Surely they'll be on one of those two places by the time this comes out. But point being, that was a nice walk. I got some lunch, filled up on gas, and went home. And I'm drawing a blank of what I've done between then and Game and Chill. Oh yeah, probably a bit of video editing. This is probably the first fresh thing that I have to edit since finishing up Emerald Rogue. So I haven't had any full videos to edit for a few weeks. But I have been focusing a lot on shorts instead, and there's plenty of footage to go back through and make fun and entertaining shorts out of, so that's at least keeping me occupied until I get some more stuff recorded at the very least. Today is mostly just a make up for all the time I burnt messing around with God the previous day to feel better about spending 4 to 5 hours straight. And I feel like I accomplished that well. Oh yeah, like, it felt like I did a lot of nothing because I spent a lot of time, like, scheduling posts on Tumblr between the video blog and the Pokemon Go photo blog. So that, between that and video editing, there's a lot of time-consuming things that I don't normally consider constructive, but are things that, like, depending on what you watch me online for, are things that you'd want to see me eventually do anyways. I guess a lot of the unappreciated stuff that goes along with me on the internet, as a short way to say it. That's the type of day today was. Unfortunately, I can't really think of much else to do here. Wouldn't it be funny if I got a second Shiny Alpha Empoleon? I think it would be. It'd be funny because like, there's so many other things that I'm looking for, but it still would be something to boast about. So it'd be like an ironic humor that I can benefit out of in some shape or form. But first we gotta clear out this outbreak before we can see what the second wave is. Oh, shoot. I almost exposed myself to the new horde before I could even get to retaliate. Well, speaking of, guess what? Everyone's retaliating. Oof. Wait, I need to defeat them with fighting type moves? Surely I can make that a possibility. If I don't like it, I don't know, die? Before then? Oh, you take 2. That's the issue I was running into before. That takes care of that, so in theory all I have to do is use it in combat, and we'll be done. The fact that you still unleash your Hydro Pump while you're stunned, I can't help but find that a little unfortunate. Can't help but feel, speaking of which, I can't help but feel like we got a little sidetracked on our mission. What other Pokemon do I still need to collect? Skorupi, Machoke, and Remoraid. Surely I can find those just by scaling the coast real quick. And if nothing else, I know exactly where to go to find Skorupi. Assuming they haven't been replaced by Mass Outbreak spawns. Judging by the way the map looks, I think they have. And maybe I really shouldn't have come here during a mass outbreak. No, screw it. I'm just asking to get something I don't want at this rate. And I just don't want to invite that energy into my life. Surely, I think there's a couple of Skorupis that just pop up around here normally. And if nothing else, I can get Machoke off the checklist. It's even a static alpha spawn. How did I not already have one of these sitting around in ZA? Or I mean, in Arceus. Alright, and there's the Skorupi I need. Just gotta be very, very quiet. Considering the fact you haven't seen me yet, it's incredible. But I just had to jinx it before the words could even get out of my mouth. Alright, that takes care of Skorupi. Remoraid are just all over the water, so that shouldn't be too hard. Can't go too few without running into one of you. Oh, I should have... I didn't even know that I had a whole catch these Pokemon without getting spotted sort of mission lying around. How did I miss the Sticky Blob like twice? It's gonna be way too under level for this to work, but you're so small, how am I supposed to hit you with the stunning item? You know what? While we're out here, I figure I'd catch a couple more Remoraids, because when else am I actually going to be going out of my way to try and catch Remoraids and take care of this checklist? The fact that it's not... you saw how much progress I had, despite how much time I played this game. I think that's alone enough to make it apparent just how little I actually explore the waters, outside of maybe a mass outbreak. You can tell the weakest holes in my Pokedex are essentially the stuff that can swim. Where'd you go? Oh, come on! Am I gotten a tiny bit greedy? But that was totally in range game, and you can't lie to me about that. The worst part is that I caught them, but I still have to catch some without being detected. Like 6. That's not getting done today. Oh! Frick. Well, I mean, I still gotta get a Togetic anyway, so why not do a little grinding? Okay, I think we've transitioned from Remoraids to the Mantike line. I'm pretty sure I've done stuff with these already, but... Catch small... Catch large... I guess I still gotta catch some. Because there's no way I'm gonna be able to tell the difference between small and large just from looking. Look at these fellas, they don't have a care in the world. It feels like they don't even notice that I'm running after them. What do they still need to do? You need to get a Togetic. I got a Remoraid, I got a Skorupi, I got a Machoke, and I got a Tentacool. That's it, I just gotta head back, put these things in Pokemon home, and we should be good as golden. Too bad I wanted to take care of this Remoraid mission while I'm out here, because let's be real, once I leave this lake, I'm probably never gonna be back in it. Oh yeah, I gotta evolve the frickin' Togepi still. This might take a bit longer than I thought. Oh, an Alpha will definitely be big enough. Frick. I could have had another... Where are you, frickin' Romantike? Look at this little fricker. That definitely should have been out of range, and yet here we are. Well, there's another Togepi if I need it, and so I might as well just pick this up now so I can, in case I still need Togepi for the Pokedex, you can just get that out of the way. None of this is pointless technically, because we technically still have to run around and build up our friendship in order to evolve this Togepi anyways. We still have to evolve Togepi and Togetic before we can really end the video, so as pointless as all this may seem, none of it is technically pointless. Oh, come on. How did you not hear me all the time through the Pokeball? I don't know. For some reason, I guess I shouldn't complain about that not registering as collected. Game, thank you. Oh, I completely forgot about Duxtox. Of all things, the frickin' Beautifies reminded me of that. Well, if I'm finding Beautifies out here now, maybe I can find some Duxtox if I come back here at night. That'd be more fun than just involving a random Cascoon, you gotta admit. Also, memories are coming back to me, and I think I recall a small little area where there may already be Duxtox. Not 100% sure if I'm remembering that correctly, but we got time to burn until we can get this Togepi ready, so I guess it doesn't hurt. So here's the thing, the area that I recall running into Duxtox, though the more I think about it, the more I ponder if I just ran into a Mothim. I'm mistaken for Duxtox, is this hill area that goes right, the general area right outside where Space-Time Rift frequently shows up, which I think is actually here. That's the Duxtox we're looking for. No need for subtlety or formalities. You are just getting into this Gigaton ball right now. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Which means the only thing left to do is evolve this Togepi. Unfortunately, I don't see a way outside of freaking grinding that we can get the Togetic that we need. So I guess I'll see you when I grind enough to get his happiness up all the way or something. Okay, I kinda have regrets for not leaving my recording running to save on space. Cause that hype, that moment of hype that I got when I saw the Can Evolve logo after bashing who knows how many trees. Let's do it. think the craziest part about all this is despite all the flying around I did after the Sycther Outbreak, there's been no space-time rift, which is a distraction I don't want at the moment, but there are things I do still need to do in it, unless I'm mixing it up with some Coronet Highland stuff. Point being is like, dang if I do, dang if I don't. Alright. I apparently need to do that for some research anyways. So good. Also, no freaking Apoms in the 2 trees in this entire game that has it. Still, I can't even remember the last time I got an Apom to pop out of one of those freaking trees. I was thinking about like actually dividing it between 2 recording sessions because it's almost 11 and I do gotta work in the morning and I do like sleep. But now I'm not sure. We're so close to the end of it all. Give one last skim on the phone. Let's see. Duxtox. Togetic. Porygon Z. Remoraid. Skorupi. Got the evolved form, of course, but not the Ruby. Freaking Machoke of all things. Tentacool. Bronzor. Probopass. And Snover. I just gotta hit the save button. Go to home. And we should be good to go. Oh, 380. I guess you get to see exactly how long I've played this game for. I wasn't lying when I said I put 300 hours into it. Did I say that in this video, or am I getting it mixed up with a different memory? Either way, it's time for the moment of truth. And while we're doing this whole ordeal, I should explain the elephant in the room with Darkrai. So, I didn't buy Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl, nor did I borrow a save file, but what I did do is that on a friend's Discord, I brought it up, and one of my peers were kind enough to actually transfer, or do a quick trade and trade back for Darkrai with me. So how does this work? Don't I like get a notification when everything is said and done? Wait, timeout. Basculegion was not here. Actually, what am I doing? I don't even need to pull up the game. I can just... They're sitting in the pasture. I could have just done it from home this whole time. I'm glad that these shenanigans with the Pokemon Home menu are being included in the video, because man, this feels like as much of a part of the ordeal as actually getting the Pokemon in the game, because granted, you did not see all the Pokemon that I just took from Legends Arceus and dumped into this game off screen. Like, that took like an entire... I think it took more than an hour on the treadmill. It might have actually been one of my few 90-minute treadmill sessions just to do that. I could be mistaken, it's been a little bit. Alright, I guess it's nice of all things, a prominent member of my Pokemon Arceus arsenal ends up being the last thing we need for the Hissui Pokedex. It feels a lot more memorious than Machoke, although Togetic would also make a good option considering the ordeal that we went through. Game. Don't you owe me something? Cause surely that Basculation is counted. So, game. How do I get my prize? Cause surely I've done everything. Don't tell me that I have to pull it up in the mobile version. Because that'd be incredibly anticlimactic for the video, considering I can't exactly screen capture that. Editing me's gonna have a lot of fun with this one, isn't he? This icon should be what I think it is. Pokedex. Here we go. Go to games. Awesome, Hissui is marked off. Brilliant! We're one step closer to fulfilling my dream of creating a grand Pokedex. remember when Grand Oak was this thing? I'll be honest, I completely forgot about him until he was on screen again. I see you registered every Pokemon in the Hissui Pokedex. You're most certainly right one to entrust with this monumental task. Absolutely brilliant. I hope you keep the fantastic work. Well, I can't hear the music, but I should be recording media. Just in case. Oh, it's just the same as the Pokemon Home icon. Check your Pokemon gift box in home for mystery gifts. Yay! This will be interesting to see if any audio comes out even though I'm recording audio. More importantly, mystery gifts. Gift box. I don't know if I missed their names, but shout out to Kite for doing the trade back for me. This moment would not have been possible without them. Because I do not see myself getting that Darkrai, specifically for Hissui, without someone either loaning me their Darkrai or loaning me their copy of the Brilliant Diamond game long enough for me to actually do that. There it is, shiny Enamorus. It even gets the Legends Arceus mark. Perfect. I wasn't sure if it would count because it's technically a Pokemon Home thing and not from the game, but with all this work within the Brilliant game to get it, it would be an ordeal. Now to actually get into Legends. Guess I should put you right where you belong. The first Pokemon of my fourth box of shiny Pokemon from this game. And since I'm not gonna bother booting up Legends Arceus tonight, I'll just do an outro out here. Thank you all for tuning in for this edition of Game and Chill. This was certainly an ordeal. Hopefully I remember to actually play around with this, because I still need to do some research task for this Pokemon anyways, so why not try out the shiny? Then again, Game and Chill is a once-a-month thing, if even that, so it might be a little while, but I can assure y'all we'll get to play around with this thing someday. Until then though, take care.